everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am the Moon Mage Medium, and we've got a special tarot spread designed for the new moon in Virgo. So this spread is all about helping you kickstart your wellness journey or continue on it, evaluate your health, and just get your responsibilities in order, okay? So I'm not really going to get too much into the fluff. It's going to be a little bit more straightforward and straight to the point guidance, and let's see how we can make the most of this lunar phase, okay? So I do have another tarot reading planned for within the next couple of days to be posted, and that one is going to be a little bit more in-depth and maybe a little bit more specific in regards to your health and wellness, okay? So that one is still related. I'm very much in this Virgo season, this Virgo energy, so I'm really focused right now on, our own well-being and optimizing our energies and becoming, the best versions of ourselves, all of us. So here we go. If this reading does end up resonating, please remember to like, subscribe, or comment down below, and let's get into it. So this reading, we do have a spread, some specific questions that I plan on asking. We are going to use this tarot right here. It is the ASL Tarot. I love it very much. The cardstock is not necessarily ideal, and I was a little bit disappointed. I wasn't the only one who was disappointed. I'm not sure if you guys have ever even seen this. I personally haven't seen anybody really work with it so much, but I love ASL. So, okay, back to the reading. So the first card is going to represent the seed, so this new beginning that is occurring right now. So yes, what is a new beginning that this new moon in Virgo is bringing into our lives at this time? What is the starting point of our wellness journey during this lunar phase? So yes, we can be already on our wellness journeys, but for this particular moon phase, this moon cycle, these next 28 days, what is starting brand new? So we have the Tower. That's intense, but unexpected energies, a disruption of some sort. It doesn't always have to be, horrifying or something to dread. I know this card shows a very frightening depiction of the Tower, but it doesn't always have to be disruptive in a horrible way. So let's pull some more. King of Swords. The Moon. The Fool. I don't know why I held it away. The Fool. I'm sorry it's not clear, but I'm hoping you get the general image of the cards. And we'll pull one more. I like to do the length of this wand. Is that one or two? King of Pentacles. All right. Great. Okay, so I think that you guys are approaching, and the bottom of the deck is the Four of Wands, which is a great card. It's about stability and, celebrating your milestones, stability, and everything. So I think that whoever I'm tapping into right now, there's something major that's happening in your life, and it could be slow. The way that it's happening doesn't have to be so erupt like this Tower card here, but regardless, where the collective is approaching this energy, this new thing, from a logical point of view, okay? We're not getting so emotional and bogged down on maybe any kind of fears that we may have, that we used to allow ourselves to go like down this rabbit hole. No, I don't think that that's happening in this particular moon cycle. Because I think we're just like we're really trying to create a new life for ourselves, right? A new beginning, one that's very prosperous, one that is very just satisfying, you know, and it has a solid foundation. And so we're approaching this new cycle with new energy, you know, with a new mature viewpoint. Okay, disruptions are always going to happen, you know, it's just what life is. There are curveballs that are thrown our way. There are, you know, just things that are unexpected. We don't predict the future, you know, we can't do that, especially on like a day-to-day basis, right? So whatever has come that was maybe cause some kind of unsettling or uncomfortable energy, you're just going with it, and you're allowing yourself to receive something new. Okay, so you're opening yourself up to this new opportunity, and hoping that by doing so it's going to lead to something more prosperous, because I think that we have all as a collective had many cycles of repeating patterns of things that we just don't want to, that we're, you know, we just don't want to repeat anymore, you know, whether this be our connections and relationships with our family, or, you know, our partners, or just like our approach to life in general and how we approach the day to day. Maybe just deciding not to be wallow and not to be a victim anymore. You know, if you had like this victim mentality, just taking this new cycle, this new energy, and trying to plant a seed of prosperity during this time. Okay, so you're seeing whatever's happening in your life right now, you're opening yourself up to it, up to receiving it, and believing that, you know, everything is always working out for you. The universe is on your side. So if something is being presented to you at this time, it's meant for you, you know, and it's meant to be a gift for you. You're trying to view it as in that way, as opposed to something that could like, you know, the universe is not gonna bring in, they're not going to tease you with a great opportunity just to take it away, you know. So you're also just cautious in a sense, because there's no wands energy. Like, those are the more impulsive kind of people, you know, like, or that's the more impulsive energy, more passionate one. So you're definitely viewing life in a more practical, logical way, very analytical way, and King of Pentacles, you know, and slowly, you know, you're going with the flow. You're not trying to create more currents than there already are. However, you're still moving forward, and you're still being receptive at this time. The Fool is Aquarius energy. You know, King of Pentacles is Earth. Swords is air. The Tower, honestly, I'm not sure what the Tower is. The Moon is Pisces, but I see it as Cancer, as a Cancer rising. I see it as Cancer. So, regardless, it's water, earth, and air here. Okay, so we're gonna pull some oracles for this, just to see what else for this seed, the new beginning. Yep. Utia, renewal and rebirth. So this is a Arawak language, Taino language based deck. Taino is the indigenous peoples of the Caribbean. So it says Utia, and it says renewal and rebirth. So this Tower energy, that's what I'm getting from it. I'm gonna cover this face because but yeah, that's the energy that I'm getting from the Tower. Like, it's a breakthrough moment, you know, is something that you didn't anticipate at first, or maybe you did, but it took a while to come. And now that you're finally seeing things being presented to you, like you've already done the asking to the universe, and now they're showing you examples of what you have been asking about. And so you're, even though it's foreign, even though it's kind of scary, you're still being open to continuing forward with whatever came. So we have Aoyama, integrity and self-respect. Sorry, I'm gonna definitely butcher the keywords, or the titles of the cards rather. It's just what it is. I don't speak Arawak, and so that's what it is. Okay, so it says integrity and self-respect. Yeah, the King of Swords is definitely somebody who wants to speak truth, and somebody who is definitely commands respect, and also, you know, will give respect back through language, and speaks with integrity, you know. So I think that you're probably your most authentic version of yourself. You have a greater sense of knowing who you are at this moment in time, and what you want and what you desire, and you're coming back into your power, or you have already, and so now you're just in this calm state of knowing. I think this is the energy that I'm getting. Even though there's outside, there are changes happening that are very unusually out of the ordinary. You're still, like, there's still an assurance, or this knowing, inner knowing, that things are working out and they're playing out the way that they should, you know, towards your manifested desire. For the moon, we have Yuka, wisdom and abundance. So yeah, working with the moon cycles is definitely a way to keep track, just energetically, what energies are at play, so that you can work with them at the proper time. It's also, you know, I think their intuition, even though it may seem cloudy right now, or maybe you're learning so much that you are not sure how to really focus that energy, or where exactly you should go next, or where this disruption is going to lead you. Like, it might all be kind of confusing right now, but I think that you're focused more on, instead of it being like, you're taking the risk towards abundance and towards thinking about life working out for you. I think that if you've learned anything, you know, from your past cycles, and from what you how you reacted to certain things in the past, you know, or reacted to change in general in the past, I think that you are much wiser now, and so you're more open. I think that you're also very tired or exhausted of the old way of living and the old life, and so because of that, you're just like, okay, I'm gonna continue to just allow the universe to work its magic, and whatever happens, and you're moving. You believe, for one, you know that you deserve good things and abundance and all that stuff, because you have worked really hard on yourself. And so yeah, I think that you're seeing this as a fresh start, as a good new beginning. The Fool. Wow, I don't even know what I'm looking at. Ayama, Ayama, forgiveness. So, I mean, I know what I'm looking at. It's a pineapple, nice juicy pineapple. But as far as the words, and it doesn't really help that the A's, you know, I used to think that was a really cool font, and it still kind of is for certain things. But title cards, I wouldn't necessarily recommend that the A's are triangles, just because, you know, people with learning disabilities, or it's just not sensible. Anyway, so forgiveness with the Fool, I think that you're forgiving yourself. You are forgiving others around you. You're releasing a lot of resentment, a lot of pain as you move forward. Like all of that, anything that's self-hate, anything self-sabotaging behavior, you're letting it all go because it's not worth bringing to the new life that you are focused on, right? So instead, you have decided to forgive and move forward, because the forgiveness is what's going to allow space for more love, more happiness, more satisfaction, you know, more gratitude. And those are much better energies to be in and to focus on, because when you're in that energy, you are creating this kind of momentum in your life where you're going to create more opportunities for you to remain in those energies. And so by forgiving, you just know maybe you've had a heavy heart for a very long time, and you have been angry for a very long time, and you've seen what it's done to your body, you've seen what it's done to your health in general, and you figured out how much easier life will be if you just forgive and move forward. And honestly, like, you know, because I'm somebody who has had many, many challenges in my life, and I really try my best not to hold anger towards anybody. Like, even today, people are always gonna want to send me maybe bad juju or whatever because of their perception of me and you know, what I do and stuff. And I still send them love and healing, you know, because if, for one, you must clearly not have, you know, anything else in your mind, or, you know, like anything better to think about than if you're thinking about me and what I'm doing with my life. You know, it's none of anybody's business. And the only people that I'm really focusing on is, for one, myself and healing myself. But the people that really resonate with my energy, I'm focused on you guys, because I am passionate about getting the right messages to the right people at the right time, so they can receive the support and guidance that they're looking for. That is what I'm passionate about. If I'm, you know, too busy being angry about somebody else and whatever they want to send me, whatever, you know, that just muddles the energy, and it's really not worth it. You know, it's really not. So I just send them love. I send them healing for their, you know, their own lives. I send things back to sender if necessary, and I still forgive, because, you know, they have a lot of hate in their heart, or, you know, a lot of unsettling energies in their heart, and if they were just to release that, you know, just as the people in your lives, that whoever has caused you harm or pain or whatever, they're doing those things from a place of pain within themselves, you know. So let's all try to heal our inner child, right? So we can just move forward in harmony. And the King of Pentacles, we have Makeatori, Guayaba, Ancestors, and Delight. I think that it coming with the King of Pentacles, I think this is the aim goal. We're trying to be this more stable version of ourselves, like the best version of ourselves. Somebody who is, you know, worked hard to get to where they are currently. And I think the universe is saying that your ancestors are very, very proud of you and the work that you have been putting into yourself. They're watching you, watching over you. They are delighted to work with you. They think that you are just one of the best people to incarnate in their family, in their lineage, and they're very proud of everything that you have been able to overcome, you know, up until this point, and all the cycles that you've been able to break through, because otherwise, you know, your family would still be going through many more generations of you know, the same cycles, the same heartache. So they're just happy to work with you, and they're willing to, as long as you are willing to work with them as well. Okay, we have for the next question, health assessment. So this card is going to gain insight into your current state of health. And we have 9 of Wands. Okay. This is your, what aspects of your physical or mental health need attention, okay? So, yeah, this road has not been easy. I get it, okay? I really understand that. It's just been, maybe you just feel like, when is this ever gonna end? You know, like, when am I gonna have my break? Or when am I gonna, you know, maybe these things are, you're like, when is this happening? But the universe is telling you that it's already happening. Like that the tower moment has already happened. Okay? And so maybe, cause I think last week or the last cycle or phase that I did, it was about like being calm after the storm, or, you know, being tranquil or whatever. Like, you already had this major breakthrough. And so just understand that, yes, it's been a long journey so far. It's been very challenging. They understand that, you know, the lessons or whatever you are learning at this time, or, you know, have been learning for over the years, is not going to go to waste, but it's also been very more challenging than a lot of people are willing to overcome and, you know, acknowledge and try to change, you know, in general. You know, like the people around you are probably not going through the same kind of challenges, you know, or as heavy, but you are very close to this new way of living, like this more satisfying life. Yeah. Yeah, 10 of Swords. You're moving forward with more integrity and more self-worth and more confidence in who you are and more clarity of what you came here to do, because you have been at the bottom. You know, you feel like you have really overcome some major things that a lot of people around you would not have. You know, they wouldn't have survived that kind of thing. But you're just strong, and you are very very much this kind of warrior, you know? And so you have this clarity now of who you are. You can't deny your strength anymore. You can't deny that you are meant for something bigger than you've always even dreamed, but that you have been so far, you know? Okay, we have, again, current state of health, Six of Swords, moving forward. Yep. Yeah, you're moving away from this Nine of Wands, Ten of Swords energy. And towards this rebirth, this full energy. You're forgiving your past, you're forgiving anyone who has done you harm. You're forgiving yourself for not choosing to be happy sooner. You know, because happiness is a choice. And Three of Swords. And I'm going to clarify that with what do we have here? Okay. We have the Three of Swords clarified with the King of Cups and the Three of Wands. Okay. So I think that some of us have decided that we were going to focus more on ourselves despite this heartbreak energy, or, you know, some of you could have had relationship issues, or it doesn't have to be like romantic, it could be with, you know, people around you. It can be family, it could be just friends or anything. And despite that heavy pain that you felt, you decided that you were gonna put yourself first, your self-care first, really like not let it drown you, those emotions or whatever that heartbreaking situation was. Not let it drown you, but instead allow yourself to really feel what you're feeling, analyze it in a logical way, but also in a emotionally intelligent way, and understand where they are coming from as well, and, you know, maybe having more compassion for them and patience, you know, if they're communicating with you in a way that is not ideal, or, you know, this is if it's somebody with you, but you have chosen to not allow yourself, or not allow yourself to dwell for too long in this like very painful, heartbreaking energy. Okay, so I think that you have grown a lot from it. You've chosen to grow. You've chosen to nurture yourself through the pain, through the healing, and now you're continuing to move forward and thinking about, you know what, you should do to move forward, you know, or you're really excited for this new beginning, because maybe that was something that you didn't think that you were going to overcome, you know, that you've been feeling this pain and whatever for so long, and now that you've chosen to approach that situation differently with more forgiveness, and, you know, really making the decision that you're not gonna act that way anymore. You know, you're not gonna be this victim anymore. When you let those energies go, you've really seen how strong you've become, and now you're focused on other things. You're focused on being this independent, more self-sufficient kind of person. You're excited about your future. You're making more plans. You're visualizing. You're, you know, envisioning the best things You know the best things are yet to come, kind of thing. So yeah, those are all great energies to be in. Let me see. I only did 2. I might try to speed it. I only did 2, and there's like 7 or 8 questions. So let's see. We're gonna pull some oracles. We have, okay. I didn't ask the question, and that it's interesting that it came out, but I didn't ask the question. So let's see. What is this? Your insights on your current state of health. Okay. So let's clarify the 9 of Wands with Kaima, which is danger and risk. So okay, I understand that why that would come under the Tower and the 9 of Wands. Let's just continue and see what else. Colibri, wisdom. Did we get wisdom here too before? Oh, integrity. Wisdom for the Yucca, right? So, Colibri energy, that's beautiful as well. Let's see, for the moon. Herald of the Sun, clarity. Great. Under the moon, when the moon energy is usually more confusing and foggy. So for there to be clarity and illumination under that card is definitely promising and hopeful. We have community. Yeah. And we have maracas, music and blessings. Yukayeke, maruhu. Alright. I think this energy is really great as far as you're not trying to project through life anymore. You're actually really trying to see life through a clear lens, like not through rose-colored glasses or not through this very dark energy. You're really trying to see things with more gratitude and clarity. Okay, so I think that there's always going to be this risk and this danger with new change, any kind of disruptive energy, but you're, instead of fearing it, you're taking the risk of trusting it. Okay, you're trying to see this disruption, this discomfort, as a beautiful blessing in your life. You know, you're divinely protected, you're being divinely guided, you have grown so much, and you should be very, very proud of yourself. Because, again, whatever you're going through, not many people can really comprehend and up-level themselves the way that you have done so gracefully, because they're just not interested in doing that kind of self-improvement, self-work, work on themselves, you know. But you are doing it so gracefully, and a lot of people are really admiring you at this time. And I think that you're recognizing that too, that people really value you as a person and what you have to offer. And maybe you're also listening to a lot of good music lately, or you're really just enjoying the luxuries of life. You know, you're a lot more present now, that you're forgiving your community, you're being more open to the people around you, you're being more willing to participate in your environment. So yeah, I think that your health is actually getting really a lot much better, you know, a lot better than it was. And I think that you're in a great place. And if you don't feel like that, you know, and you came across this video, just know that you always have every moment is a new opportunity to change your mind about how you're viewing your life. And you can just take little steps to really appreciate what the good things are. And I know if you're like in this very heavy this very heavy like gray cloud kind of energy, it can feel really difficult to find good things to be grateful about. But it can start very, very small. Hey, I'm grateful to come across this video. I'm grateful to have YouTube where I can, connect with other people who maybe have gone through similar things and are encouraging me to really overcome anything that I'm going through, or helping me see that I have the wisdom and the strength and the love and the capability within myself, So, and then you can go forward, the trees, the birds, the I drew a blank after animals and nature. But you know what I mean? Like, you can find anything. The fact that there's running water, that there's electricity, that you have shelter, that you have these technologies to connect with information easily, instantly. Everything, And there's always something that you can be grateful for. So our next question is in regards to our long-term goals. So these cards are going to represent the long-term goals and aspirations related to your wellness and responsibility. What are we striving for in the long run? And how can we work towards it during this lunar phase? So what are we striving for? And how can we work towards it? Okay, Three of Pentacles. I'm going to show you guys. Three of Pentacles. That is collaborating with other people. That is getting stuff done. That is working with others in a harmonious way. That is connecting and networking. This is Ace of Cups. This is filling in our own cup. This is giving ourselves self-love. This is knowing our worth and what we deserve and what we will not tolerate anymore. That is having compassion for ourselves and for others. That is forgiveness. What else? What are we striving for in the long run? Page of Cups. So, you're not sure about a connection with another person. This could be romantic or whatever. I do think that from the energies that have come through so far, even if you had difficulty with a particular person in the past, I think that they are also kind of maybe mirroring your energy, maybe have done some self-reflection as well, and maybe they want to approach you differently now and offer you a solid offer, or something more serious, or something that's more aligned with what you actually are looking for. And if this is not a person from your past and you decided to move forward, I think that this is the energy that you, long term, that is your goal, to have somebody offer you the same time, attention, devotion, attraction, and communicative, all these energies. I think that is what you're creating, or that was what you're looking forward to. And it all stems from your own self, your own self-love and how you're treating yourself, and also how you're treating other people. If you're being open and in a way that is offering other people the opportunities to be themselves, to open up to you, to feel safe with you, to collaborate with you, they're gonna want to work with you. They're gonna see your value more, they're gonna see you shining, and they're gonna want to be your friend or your partner. You have the Chariot. more forward movement, more an acceleration of energy towards your desire on your journey. So it's not really, it's not stagnant or anything. You're definitely moving forward at a much faster pace than probably you have in a long time. And we have the Devil. So we're going to clarify this. But the Devil energy clarified by Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so I think that, and we have Knight of Cups. Okay, so I think that some of us are also still, the Devil energy could also be like, even though it's like addictions and shadow energy, it's also sensuality, it's also passions, it's also, those kinds of indulgent kind of energy. And so I think that the universe is kind of telling you that as far as long-term goals, it's always going to be an ongoing process. Like, you're not going to be completely over your past addictions. There is no cure for addiction. As somebody who has had many addictive tendencies and behaviors in my personal life, it's not about there being a cure, it's about treating it. It's about treatment. So it's something that I have to work on every day. But, so this Seven of Pentacles is like constantly continuing to put in work. But I know that it's necessary for me to do, because I know what will happen if I allow myself to fall back into obsessing over my addictions, or mine's more behavioral. But, I know what my life will turn into if I were to submit to this devilish energy. And so it's going to be a constant work, long-term wise. Is not something that is just ever going to really go away, but it's worth it, and it's fine, because it'll get easier after a while. You're going to be like, okay, well, when I was doing all these shitty things, or when I was doing all these bad things for me, I was miserable. I was not a happy person. But since I've been treating myself of this, from this bad behavior, from this shadowy behavior, and since I've been able to see my life with more clarity and forgive myself and others and be more compassionate and in gratitude of the lessons that I've learned through overcoming that devilish energy, you're not going to need it anymore. You're not going to find it worth going back to. So it's just yes, it's going to be, constant thing to make conscious decisions towards your health and healing, but again, it's going to be worth it. And so for the oracles, we have, let me see. We have Boa, we have Patience and Cunning with the snake here. We have Duho, Authority and Respect. We have Kokolia, Pride and Retaliation. We have Bayahaka, Aggression. And we have Siguana, moving on. Yes, moving on from that devilish energy again. Okay, so long-term wise, you just gotta be patient, okay? Just gotta move forward with like this motivated, very determined kind of energy. It says aggression, but it's more like ambitious, I would say. I would replace it with ambitious. Retaliation, pride and retaliation. I think that you're going to retaliate from this confusing energy, and you're going to actually make solid decisions about what it is that you want to focus on and create, and what you deserve, and you're going to take control of your life in that way. All right, and you're going to retaliate in that way, where it's like, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to keep on going on with this crappy cycles. I am retaliating by choosing a higher frequency, or choosing a better feeling thought, you know, and you're taking authority and control of your life. You're patient with yourself and other people, because, you know, the more work that we do on ourselves, just especially if we're going in with all this forward movement, the more work that we do, the less likely that other people are going to be relatable. You know, we may relate to other people on a lot of levels because of all of the challenges that we've been through and stuff, but it may be harder for other people to relate to us, you know, because they just probably haven't done as much work as us on themselves. And that's really okay. Just be patient with them. You know, try to see things from their point of view if you can, but also not like allow them to bring you down. And if you need to remove yourself from their energy, then, you know, do that as well and move on from that as well. Again, it's going to be a long-term ongoing process, but I think that you will definitely see the benefits, or you have been noticing the benefits of choosing this path. And so even though it's unfamiliar, you're already seeing the worth of it, or the value of it. So let's see. I'm actually going to pull a card. This is going to represent, this is the messages from your spirit animals deck by Dr. David Ferrer. I'll put the actual name below. That is just off the top of my head, out of memory, and I'm not sure if I said that right. Anyway, so we have, this card is going to reveal the spiritual or wellness rituals or routines that will serve you well during this time. So any new practice or change to your existing routines. Let's see. We have Condor. It says you're too enmeshed in this situation, so step back and see the bigger picture before making any decisions or taking action. Okay, so again, be patient. Maybe things, even if they are, you know, still unknown, if nothing has been revealed just yet, just be patient and understand that, you know, you're not seeing the bigger picture, that things are actually moving forward, and it may be slowly but surely, but it is moving in the right direction. So try to focus on the bigger picture. Let's see. Maybe we'll get one from the Indigo. This is the Indigo Angel? I'm honestly not sure. What is this? Yeah, Indigo Angel. Nice. My Doreen Virtue and Charles Virtue. It says release and relax. What you can do right now, or what would serve you well right now, is just to release, let go, relax, allow the universe to do its thing. Try to see things from a bigger picture, or, you know, from a objective point of view, rather than be so focused on the specifics. Those are definitely things that you can do right now that would be beneficial for you as you continue to move throughout this next lunar phase. Let me grab this. Okay. So for this next card, the responsibility check, we're going to draw a card to assess our responsibilities and commitments. Are there any areas where we need to become more organized or responsible? This card can provide guidance on managing our obligations effectively. Well, let's see what comes up. We have the Sacred Self Oracle. It says, you are absorbing energies that are not solely yours. Your body, mind, and spirit is in need of a detox and cleansing of these dense energies. As an empath, you are highly sensitive. Okay, so it is your responsibility to continue to cleanse yourself at all times. You may be picking up things from other people that are not serving you, that do not benefit you. And so do what you need to do to cleanse yourself, to renew your energy, to protect yourself. It is your responsibility to do so as somebody who is highly sensitive, because when we mix our energies up with other people's who are not operating at the same wavelength, the same frequency as us. I don't know why I can't think of another word, but it's just like, when just in general, even if somebody else seemed to be, operating at the same frequency, that's not your energy. So you should always cleanse yourself, if you're exchanging with another person. Even if it's, the cashier. What else is our responsibility? There may be a battle between your ego and your higher self in regards to certain decision you must make. Your higher self will always point you in the direction that is best for you. Take some time to tune inwards for the answer. Okay, so some of you may have, and pride did come up. I didn't mention it, I was too focused before on retaliation, but pride did come up. So some of you may be a little bit prideful right now. You don't want to hurt your ego in some way, or you're trying to avoid that. But really, when we release ourselves from this hold that our ego has, and try to operate from a place that's more open, because I think pride can be very limiting. So when we allow ourselves to be more open, allow ourselves to, be humble if we need to, take a job that offers maybe less pay that you were used to, but greater benefits, and more stability. There's something that I feel maybe needs to be compromised, and that could be your ego, in order for you to really change your life. So if that's the case where you need to, take lower pay, I don't know why that specifically is coming up, but, actually I do, but it will be worth your mental sanity, and it provides a new opportunity and a new status. It could be seen as like an apprenticeship or just great experience. Then still continue to take that opportunity if you feel like you're being called to do so. Don't let your pride get in the way just because maybe it pays like $10K less than you hoped, or that you're used to. So there's always that. What else do we have? Self-care advice. We're going to select some cards that offer advice on how to best take care of ourselves during this lunar phase. So how can we best take care of ourselves? Letting go. So letting go of negative thoughts and emotions will create space for our natural state of being. We choose to hold on to and perpetuate any emotion by repeating the thought pattern. This is time to let go. So and I think they, that's already been coming up in the reading, that you have decided to forgive rather than continue to hold on to these negative thoughts and emotions. And you've decided to move forward and just release all of that, because you understand that when we hold on to that kind of emotion, it's just gonna, for one, it's gonna create more of that in our lives, because that's what we're vibrating at, but also it's just not making us happy. So that is something that should be focused on right now as far as self-care. What else? Introspection. Now is the time to think for yourself. Tune out the opinions of others. Blind trust is opening you up to mistrust. Now is the time to think for yourself. Tune out the opinions of others. Blind trust is opening you up to distress, either physically or emotionally. Use discernment and be wary of hidden manipulation. Things are not always as they appear. So try to see things a little bit more clearly, and not through any kind of rose-colored glasses, or how you wish an opportunity or a person would be. Try to see things for what they actually are. And so that way, when you use discernment, you are not surprised by any kind of like hidden manipulation tactics that other people may be using towards you, or if a cycle has repeated itself. With the introspection card, I do want to say that, again, that kind of reminds me that there's no wands that came out at this time. Oh, besides the 9 of Wands. But there's no like really heavy, and the 3 of Wands. Like there's not that much like impulsive energy when it comes to like the wands. That's not the kind of wands that came up, so just do things with discernment and be a little bit more cautious maybe when making decisions, but still finding the balance between that and allowing yourself to be open and not falling for any kind of traps that other people will try to play on you, or try to place towards you. You are familiar with some of these tactics now that you've had experience with in the past, and so you're moving differently towards those things that are occurring again or trying to repeat again. And that is because where those opportunities and that past and those things will lead you. Okay, so just try to move with more wisdom, I would say, at this time. So we're gonna pull from tarot one more time, and these cards are gonna represent the obstacles and challenges that might occur on your path to wellness and responsible living, so that these challenges in advance and you can prepare to overcome them. So what are potential challenges that may come up, so we can know in advance and be prepared? We have Ace of Swords. We have the Magician. We have the Hermit. Can you see these? Okay. I'm so sorry, it's blurry. We have the High Priestess. 3 major arcanas. And we have the 4 major arcanas. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. This is major energy, can I just say, because the Ace of Swords, out of any minor arcana that came up, that is the one that came up. And that's with the Magician, that's with the Hermit, that's with the High Priestess, and the Wheel of Fortune. You are on a path of truth, of divine, like, knowledge and wisdom and protection, and you are on the highest timeline of your life. And everything that's happening right now, just know that you are the creator. And I think that is probably going to be the most challenging thing, because maybe you haven't taken control of your life ever in this way. And the universe is telling you, hey, you gotta master manifesting. You have to master taking control of your life. You have to master being alone in solitude. Not meaning being alone in, like, if you're in a relationship or whatever, that's not what I mean. Just being comfortable being alone and in your power, and being happy and feeling, comfortable being in your own energy. Trusting your intuition, gaining more knowledge, using what you have learned and what you are learning to create and manipulate your life in a way that is directed towards your ultimate goal, your ultimate purpose. And the Wheel of Fortune. This is fated. This is fated energy. This is the path that you are meant to go on. This is why I say this is your highest timeline right now. This is such major energy, and you're gonna get so much out of it. So, like, I don't think you're gonna recognize your life soon, because you're gonna be on such a different plane than you ever were before, that, again, like, the whatever hurt you in the past, it's not even gonna be relevant anymore. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, that happened. That was a time. Yeah, I forgive them. If they're still mad at me, they're still, they still feel away. I send them love. I send them healing. I send them happiness. I send them health. I send them, forgiveness. That's not even going to be relevant anymore, really, because you understand that you have a higher purpose than you thought. That you are the creator. You are the magician in your life. You are really practicing and learning, taking opportunities to learn new things. I think that you're becoming more and more of a master in whatever field that you are trying to accelerate in. And just know that the universe, this is destined for you. This is a destined path. The universe has your back. They understand that this is higher level challenges or obstacles that you're going to have to overcome. But you're going to be more powerful anyway. So you're becoming somebody. Every day you're becoming somebody who is capable of mastering these energies, okay? Somebody who mastered their intuition, somebody who has mastered when to take action and when to not take action, when to take action at the right time, kind of thing. Somebody who is an alchemist, who can manipulate energies and blend things in a way that'll create the specific outcome that they want. These are all energies that you are really being asked to step into, because it is going to create this kind of this more unexpected change, but ones that make you feel really lucky, ones that are like, wow, I can't believe this actually happened to me. Like, I can't believe this is my life now. It's just so marvelous, and all these miracles happen every day. And I am so in tune with it, and I'm creating it, and I'm aware of how exactly this is happening. I am in charge every step of the way. And this is the energy that you're in right now, and that you're going to continue to master moving forward. And so the universe is saying just to relax, release anything that is not of the energy that I just mentioned, and not of this higher level way of living, and once you release that, and once you are in a more calm state, and you're seeing your life as from a higher perspective, from a bigger picture standpoint, rather than these little minor details, wow, you're gonna notice how much life has already changed, but you're gonna be in for a surprise because things are shifting very, very quickly. Like, I'm still amazed at the fact that these four major arcanas, because the Magician is like, wow, the Magician, High Priestess, the Wheel of Fortune, the Hermit, these are all about like self-mastery. You're really gonna come into your own, and you're gonna be this, higher version of yourself that you're not even gonna recognize, that you've actually always knew that you would be, but it took you a while to get here. So it's like, you're like, wow, I'm actually here. Like, I didn't think I was actually gonna make it, but I am here, and and my life is incredible. All right, so we're gonna do, let's just see. So we're gonna pull the oracles, and then maybe we'll get some guidance from the Virgo energy, and then I'll see y'all in the next moon phase. So let's see. We have for the Ace of Swords. Oh, intuition. This is not the deck that I meant to pull from. I thought it was a Taino one. I don't know. I think because of the similar colors, but they're kind of similar with the golds. But okay, so this is guidance, I guess. Pay close attention to your dreams and intuition. You will be receiving helpful advice soon. Listen to that gut feeling, idea, or thought that pops into your head. Your intuition is a guidance system that will improve with use. So yeah, with the High Priestess, get to be more in touch with your intuition, okay? I just had a major dream last night, and I was unable to write it down. And now I'm feeling sad about that because it felt like one of those dreams that was kind of like a deja vu. I don't know if you guys have those things, but I can kind of sense where there are certain dreams that I have where later on in this 3D plane, I'm like, wow, I dreamed this. And it just, if I would have written it down or remembered it when I woke up, I would have written it down and I could have gone back to it. But, if you're having these kinds of dreams or thoughts throughout the day that just like are a little like lightning or seem kind of significant, just write it down, or try to remember it as best as you can, so you can understand which ones are messages, what's your intuition trying to tell you, those kinds of things. So let's see. More guidance from Virgo energy. Stillness. So much of life can be missed when we don't take time to be still. Still your body and your mind. Without judgment, just observe what is happening around you. Neither your opinion nor participation is necessary at this time. Yeah, when it comes to like the bigger picture kind of thing, just if you don't think that you are making the right how do I say this? Nothing needs to be forced. Okay? Trust that you have already told the universe what it is that you want, and they are already doing what they want, and what they need to do or what needs to happen is already happening, and it's already in the works, and you've already received it. It's just about aligning with it. So be still. There's not much else that you need to do. You know, if you want to, continue to do things that, like maybe research techniques on how to become a better co-creator with the universe, or how to meditate better, or how to, maybe you'll look into lucid dreamings, or you'll study tarot more, or you'll practice dream journaling, or you're just going to research more on the subject that you're interested in. These are things that you can do if you feel angsty. I said angsty. If you feel antsy and you want to make some kind of effort, but it's not necessary, as if the universe is telling you to do these things because they won't bring you whatever you want unless you do them. The only way I would say that it's helpful is if you do these things, they can probably accelerate the process or make the process more smooth. It's not doing these things with the intention of forcing anything, you know, like don't say, hey, if I do this many affirmations a day, then that thing is going to come sooner. That's not necessarily true. You know, everything's happening in divine timing. So it's just like doing these things because you want to, you know, just better yourself every day. And when you're in that kind of energy, that is more flowy, you know, and that then it's more likely to it can potentially come faster, you know, but it's not about forcing it, it's just about being still. Okay, so is there anything else? I think that's all I have for you guys. Okay, so this has been great. It's been very insightful for me. I'm hoping that you guys have felt the same for yourselves, and you know, it resonated for you in your personal situations. If it did, please again remember, like, subscribe, comment down below, and I look forward to reading for you all again. Until then.